The new Boost Mobile network is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for life.
That sounds like a threat.
Then how do you think we should say it?
Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for the rest of your life?
I don't know.
Until your ultimate demise.
What if we just say forever?
Okay.
$25 a month, forever.
Get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month with Boost Mobile forever.
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
On today's Smart 7, the UK marks 5 years since the pandemic. Mark Carney is Canada's new PM, and much more. It's Monday, 10th of March. It's Mario Day, and happy birthday, Emily Osmond.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Sunday marked 5 years since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic in the UK. Over 227,000 people died during the outbreak, and all across the UK, bereaved families and communities came together to mark the event. There were also tributes to frontline healthcare workers and the scientific community on what is now the official annual COVID Day of Reflection. Speaking at an event at the COVID Memorial Wall, which holds pictures of over 3,000 faces of those who died, Florence Eshalomi, the MP for Vauxhall and Camberwell Green, called on the government to learn the lessons from the outbreak.
Today is not just a chance for us to look back and reflect. It's about how we honour those who died. It's about making sure as a country we never pay that high price again, and we learn the lessons as it was shown in the inquiry.
The Day of Reflection was one of the recommendations in the COVID Commission report. Author and poet Michael Rosen spoke at an event in Burton-on-Trent where he read a new poem and shared what it was like to spend 48 days in an induced coma as he battled COVID.
The care was amazing. The last thing I remember was a doctor saying, would I sign a piece of paper that would allow them to put me to sleep? And I said, will I wake up? And they said, you've got a 50-50 chance. And I said, what if I don't sign? And they said 0. So I signed.
This weekend saw Swedish media reporting that the US intends to pull out of future military exercises in Europe. The news confirms President Trump's new isolationist policy for the American military and could have long-term implications for NATO. Labour's Cabinet Secretary Pat McFadden says that the world has shifted dramatically and that European nations need to be clear about what the future looks like.
What I think people are coming to terms with is the scale of change in European security. And what's important when the world is changing as fast as it is right now is that we understand the change and we explain it to the public.
Latvia might well find itself at the front line of any future Russian expansion, and they introduced conscription for men in 2023. They've also increased their defence spending to 4% of GDP. Latvian President Edgars Rinkevics told Sky News that without US backing, Europe looks weak militarily, and conscription is the only practical solution.
Seeing what is happening in the world, the decision that we took, that decision was taken by the Parliament, but also many other European countries need to follow that.
The Reform Party has lost 20% of its MPs after Rupert Lowe was suspended on Friday. It wasn't very long ago that Reform were riding high in the polls and claiming to have overtaken the Tories in terms of membership, but it seems as though the wheels are coming off. It's partly to do with Donald Trump's treatment of Ukraine, which put party leader Nigel Farage in a difficult position, and MP Rupert Lowe started a feud by referring to Nigel as messianic in a Daily Mail interview. Almost immediately, complaints about Lowe surfaced, and he lost the party whip, although he denies all allegations. Deputy Leader Richard Tice was defending the party's actions on Sunday.
It's very sad, it's unfortunate, but we had to be decisive. It was the responsible thing to do. And imagine if we hadn't done that. Imagine if we'd tried in some way to brush it under the carpet. That would have been completely the wrong thing to do.
Sunday night saw former Bank of England Governor Mark Carney elected as the new Liberal leader in Canada, replacing Justin Trudeau before the general election. His appointment came as the American economy appears to be wobbling, and there are clear signs that the long run of growth under President Biden is starting to falter. Donald Trump's whirlwind approach to the economy, mass firings in the federal government, and the on-again, off-again tariff wars seem to have shaken consumer confidence. Donald spoke to Fox News on Sunday and conceded that there may well be rises in inflation as a result of his tariffs, but continued touting low interest rates. He also seemed keen to avoid mentioning the word recession.
What I have to do is build a strong country. You can't really watch the stock market. If you look at China, they have a 100-year perspective. We have a quarter. You can't go by that. You have to do what's right.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, Arsenal and City stumble and officials reveal what happened to Gene Hackman. Right after this.
Hi, it's Eugenio Derbez. Did you know that with Boost Mobile, you can cut your phone bill in half this tax season? Yes, half. Buy 6 months of service and get 6 months free. That's a full year of service paying half. That sounds good, doesn't it? And all on the Boost network with 99% nationwide coverage. Don't wait. Visit your Boost store today.
Requires upfront payment, taxes, and fees extra. Terms and exclusions apply. Visit boostmobile.com for full terms.
Welcome back.
It was another busy Premier League weekend, but it finished much as it started, with Liverpool maintaining a clear gap over their rivals. Arne Slot's side won comfortably at home to Southampton, while Man City stumbled again, losing 1-0 at Nottingham Forest on Saturday evening. Sunday saw Spurs battle to a 2-2 draw against Bournemouth, while Chelsea won 1-0 at Leicester. The 4:30 kickoff saw Man United welcome Arsenal to Old Trafford, with the two sides struggling in the face of long injury lists. The game ended 1-1, which sees Arsenal slip back to 15 points behind Liverpool with 10 games left to play. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta was in no mood for questions after the game, while United manager Ruben Amorim was focused on the fans.
Well, I know that it's frustrating for the fans sometimes, but then when you score and you feel comfortable and then you have a lot of opportunities, the game changes, the momentum changes, and they are happy.
The sad story of the death of acting great Gene Hackman has captivated the world over the last 10 days or so. The actor was found dead in his home, as was his wife, Betsy Arakawa. One of their dogs was also found dead. Now investigators have revealed that both died of natural causes, but Betsy died about a week before Hackman, apparently succumbing to the deadly hantavirus, which is spread by mice. Data from the actor's pacemaker suggests that he died a week later, seemingly unable to call for help, as Chief Medical Investigator for New Mexico, Dr. Heather Jarrell, explained.
The cause of death for Mr. Gene Hackman, aged 95 years, is hypertensive and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, with Alzheimer's disease as a significant contributory factor.
A new trailer just dropped for The Last of Us Season 2. It sees us back following the story of Joel and Ellie Miller, played by Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, in a post-apocalyptic world full of violent zombies, and it looks like things get even more tense in the second season. The show is based on the video game, and fans of the game will know that new character Abby, played by Caitlin Dever, spells trouble for the father and daughter duo. The new season drops on Sky Atlantic on April 14th.
By the time the sun comes up tomorrow, there's a very good chance you'll be dead. You're gonna lose.
Don't you know what he did? You swore.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Savor the best of spring with great everyday prices at Whole Foods Market. Yellow low price signs help you save money without compromising quality. Like on organic chicken breast and thighs, ground beef, and more. All with no antibiotics ever. Plus, brighten your plate for less with 365 by Whole Foods Market Brioche. Smoked salmon, cherry tomatoes, organic apples, and more. Shop low prices daily at Whole Foods Market in-store and online.